So I'll talk basically extending gratitude from the rest of the Malawi executive team. Victor was here. I think it was just a short period of time, and maybe people did not manage to express whatever, but I have a message to say thank you. Your impact for Malawi is felt. It actually reminds us of the need to do things quickly. Time runs by so fast. Before you know it, it's time for another assignment in life. But nevertheless, for Malawi, from the days of building PMO to where we are, slightly mature, there's still a long way to go, but we believe you've laid a hand to that. You leave us at a time when we are going towards Agile, and you also played a big role in navigating the ship in that direction. All we can say is that if you checked on us a year, 2, 3 years down the line, you won't be disappointed that the work that you started is actually also being developed. On a personal level, these particular moments are always, to some extent, on one end, like Fatima said, they are sad. But also, we do recognize that there is a time for everything. Old Mutual has been your home, but also we do recognize your need to actually grow. So we also wish you all the best on that line as well. Otherwise, from a business perspective, what I can ask of you is once a mutualite, we believe is always one. Business is tough in as far as Malawi is concerned. Don't be shy to throw business to Old Mutual when you're on the other side. Thank you.
I like
Thank
it.
you very much.
Nice
Yeah.
one.
Thank you, Kubo. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I think the first hand is up. You can go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Chi, yeah, it's really hard to say goodbye to a legend. Like what do you, I've been thinking about that. What do you even say? But I noticed that today my mood has been off and I didn't really understand why. I think subconsciously it kicked in that, you know what, Mr. Chi, this is Mr. Chi's last week. And Mr. Chi, I don't even have the proper words to express the gratitude that we feel towards you. You were not even our portfolio manager, but we felt your impact nonetheless. And you have always been such a strong and influential, you know, leadership figure in the Africa PMO. You know, you mentored and coached everybody, like you take everybody under your wing, and you are just all about the knowledge and sharing it and growing and upskilling people. Like for us, we just have gratitude. Like we'll always appreciate and think fondly of you. And again, like Kumbo and Fatima have said, oh, while it's a sad moment, we cannot help, you know, but, you know, feel happy for you on your next endeavor in life. You know, there's always the balance of what the individual deserves. And, you know, we cannot hold you back, you know, based on our dependence on you or our fondness of you. So much appreciated, Mr. Chi. Like you left a mark in some of us that, you know, can never, you know, it be erased. So thank you so much. And I tried, but there's no words to just express the depth of gratitude. But thank you so much.
Thank you, PG. That was quite a mouthful. Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice.
No one will know what PG means, so don't worry.
Next person. Maureen, there's eyes on you. I am just saying.
Maureen's trying to keep the best for last.
I see. We're highlighting Maureen. We're going to spotlight Maureen. There's
Okay.
Auntie.
There's Auntie.
Yeah, we know Maureen and Mr. Chi. This one was a little sister to Mr. Chi, so probably she wants to talk last. Yeah, we appreciate that, and we are not jealous. We accept that. So, so for me, Mr. Chi being from Zim, naturally, before we even started, we had that bond. And I can't believe I only met Victor, was it in October?
Yeah, October, yes.
Yeah, October for the 2 years that I joined October, but it's like we knew each other, and like what Tefo said, that even though he was not the portfolio manager for Zim, but he was always there to offer a hand when we needed something, especially on PPO. Vic, yeah, we can't take that away from you. Anything, anytime you would, the silliest question, you would just answer with you know, with passion, and you would not say no. And your PR is something else. I was amazed. He actually knew what some of our execs awards were when he came through. I didn't even know about it. So I think your PR will take you far. You have passion, you love what you do, you respect people for what they are, for who they are. You don't look at rank and whatever. You just accept people for who they are and help when there's need to assist. We'll miss you, Mr. Chi. Like Tefo said, we don't know how to express that it's sad, but you also need to grow. I wish you all the best in your new journey, the journey that you are taking. Please continue to do what you know best. Put in 120% your passion. It's amazing. Yeah. So I didn't end up nominating you for the award, because I knew more than 10 people would have nominated you, and I was right. And congratulations, that was very well deserved. I can go on and on. I'll stop here. Farewell, we miss you. Sadly missed.
Thanks, Nancy. Kiri?
Yes, thank you, Fatima. Well, Victor, it is a sad day. I mean, you've been the one that's been like guiding us for so long. I remember my first time on PPO, which was when we were doing the risk project for Africa, and you were my mentor, getting up and running on PPO and guiding me into the way of the world in terms of the African PMO. So thank you so much for all your support that you gave me and continue to give. Yeah, you will be sorely missed. You've been a great leader and guider throughout this journey, not just to me, but I think to a lot of people. So we appreciate you. We'll miss you, but all the best for your new journey ahead.
Thank you, Kerry. Thank you.
Rita? You're on mute, eh?
You're on mute, Rita.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can, Rita.
Okay, I was trying to fix my technology issues. I had my phone whilst my laptop was sleeping. I think I'm one of the privileged people to have known Victor for long. Maybe in this space, probably aside Kumbo, not too sure, but I think aside Kumbo, I'm also one of the privileged people to have been with Victor for a very long while, as he joined Old Mutual. The journey has been great. I always tell anyone I meet to say, if there's one person I can have my back when it comes to central support, Victor is definitely one of them. He's very genuine at heart. And there's one thing I really like about Victor: way with words, but he will not mince it as well. And so you get the genuineness out of it, and it's just great. So yeah, Victor is like a brother to me, a friend beyond work. And I really appreciate the support he's given us in Ghana. A lot of people are fond of him with his training styles when he comes to visit. There's no day Victor will come to Ghana and will not organize a training so that he can impact people within the business. So on behalf of Old Mutual Ghana and everyone within the business, we say a big thank you and definitely the best. But the best is always left for the last. So we are looking forward to seeing you this evening through to Friday. I'm sure we're really going to have fun with you before you leave on Saturday. Maureen, don't worry. We are just behind the scenes trying to make sure that the best is indeed left for the last. And yeah, we look forward to having a good time with Victor when he comes this evening. All the best, Victor. But we will see you. So yeah, see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Rita. See you on the other side.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Donald is trying to look for that mute button.
Donald.
How's it, everyone? Yeah, I don't know. You know, Kerry mentioned something about PPO, and my first experience with in the early days of the program, I think let's just say PPO and me did not mix well. Boy, I struggled with the system. I'm sorry, it was like a challenge. But I must say, what I really appreciate about Victor is, you know, he helped me, he gave me hands-on guidance through it, showed me how to maximize that tool, and to the point where, you know, we came back with some ideas and could we do this and could we do that, and he went off and he got the stuff built. So it was like they built new reports for us, and I must say it's the only tool that you know, in terms of our reporting and stuff, we do a massive weekly report, and there's probably 22 something projects in PPO that come together on one report. That's our weekly report that goes out, and having PPO and everybody in, it's just absolutely fantastic, and it works so nicely for us. It's great to have everybody, you know, all the different project managers running their projects, but it all comes together, and you know, it was yeah, it was a real struggle to try and figure out how to do this in Excel, and you know, you could get the layouts and everything, but I was really over the moon the day that Victor came and he said, oh, I want to show you something here, and I looked at it and I was like, whoa, that is so awesome. And I think that just for me describes in a nutshell who Victor is, you know, as a person in the personal capacity, in the professional capacity. I've really found him to be somebody that's extremely supportive, and he helps, he steps in, he really guides, and he's just there to support everybody. And he's been an amazing support to me and to our program, and everything else. And we're going to miss you greatly, Victor. But we always accept in life you got to move on, and you've got different seasons and chapters. And this has been a real highlight for me personally, with you and the support that you've provided us, Victor, and thank you very much for that. I've found you to be extremely professional, and everything that you do in excellence, and that's what we subscribe to. So thank you, Victor. It's been good to work with you and stuff, and we appreciate all the support. And as you move on to your next chapter, we wish you all the very, very best, and know that you will have every success in the future. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Donald. Thank you. Thank you. Can I pick my people? There's Jim there.
There's Casey's hand is up, then followed by Susan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Farana. Yeah, well, my relationship with Victor just got started, and I'm sad that he's leaving, because in the past, Victor to me was somebody I could go to when I needed help with PPO. But throughout the years, the engagements that we had, the workshops, it turned out that Victor is more than that. He's actually somebody I can look up to for mentorship, for coaching, and he's been very supportive. So thank you, Victor. We really felt your impact in Botswana, and you'll be dearly missed. but we are happy that wherever you're going, you are going to excel. Thank you.
Thanks, Kesa. Thank you, Kesa. I always ask about your babies, remember?
You can go
Susan,
ahead, Susan.
yeah.
Thank you so much. I also want to extend my gratitude to Mr. Chi. When I just joined, apart from Sherry taking me through the PPO, I think Mr. Chi was also one of the person that we had time, I think, for a week. We just us in that boardroom when he came to Malawi. I think as I was just onboarded to start as a project manager. And you helped me through a lot in PPO and also on in terms of the cost, you helped me through, and also on the scope, it was like I was just taken through, I think, for 30 minutes in PPO, but much of the also assistance came from you, Mr. Chi, that took me through. I'm so grateful. I shall remember that. You had a great impact in terms of me getting through the PPO. So for that, thank you. And I wish you all the best wherever you're going. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Jim.
You always say when I call you Mr. Chi, it feels odd because I don't call you Mr. Chi, but here we go. Yeah, so
when Kim calls me Mr. Chi, then my next question is, what do you want, Kim? Just tell me what you want.
yeah, so I'm not going to labor the point of PPO because I think everybody has already attested to how you've championed it and helped us to adopt a system. It's always very hard to change from Excel because when I joined Old Mutual, we were using Excel sheets to do our reporting, and I was still trying to find my way around it. And then we had a system which I also had to adopt. So you've helped us a lot, and everybody has attested to that. For me, it's just the growth you have empowered me with in terms of how to look at things, how to understand how I'm going to run the projects, how I'm going to organize my work, and also just stakeholder management. I remember one of the projects we did in 2018. It had so many hurdles, and I had to do a lot of communication to high-level stakeholders. And Mr. Chi was my second eye, and he would say, you know what, when you're communicating to the stakeholders, you need to provide this kind of information, this stakeholders, this kind of information, so that you've got the right impact and you pass on the message to the right people, because you can't put the same communication to the same stakeholders because different people need to understand the projects in a different way. So this actually helped me a lot. And in the next couple of years after that, 2019, 2020, I was still going back to those emails to just refresh my memory on how to engage my stakeholders and have an impact in terms of how I'm running my project and communicate effectively on the same. So thank you so much. You still have got unfinished business in Malawi. You haven't been to the lake. I'm sure the team here would be very much willing to take you to the lake next time you're in Malawi. It's not goodbye, it's see you later. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Thank you.
Who's next? I can't see the name.
Finally, Maureen.
Lloyd and then Maureen.
Lloyd, I think. Yeah, Lloyd and then Maureen. Happy?
Is it Maureen first or me?
You go first, Lloyd, and then Maureen.
Okay, Victor, I recall when we first met on the OMAR project, and that was in 2016. So yeah, it's been a journey, my friend. And I think you established the groundwork for the PMO in Zimbabwe. We value your support throughout the years. You are the ultimate professional, project management professional, true leader, very consistent. I think you managed to create a safe working environment for all of us to work in. We're able to approach you at any time if we needed support in Zimbabwe. Yeah, we'll continue to keep in touch, Victor, and wishing you all the best, my friend. Keep well. Cheers.
Thanks, Lloyd. Thank you, my friend.
Maureen?
We stand when Maureen is speaking.
I don't know, she's disappeared.
Crying.
No, I'm not. It's just, but I am emotional. And I think I should have gone past. I think when you get to hear what everyone has to say about Mr. Chi, you realize how there's gonna be a really big gap, Mr. Chi, when you go. I think we need to like it's just gonna be that unspoken word, you know. And we've had to say goodbye to quite a few people, but I don't think anyone will be missed as much as you will be missed. And I'm not just speaking maybe for this team, it's also from our executives. You've had impact with everyone. When in projects, when you'd be stuck and you needed a sounding board, Mr. Chi was the first person I would go to, and I think most of us would go to. When you needed, you had a stakeholder who was giving you grief, for example, Mr. Chi was the first person I would call just to, how do I deal with someone like this? He's very wise. Mr. Chi is very wise, and he's very good with words. And you spend time with him, he transfers that to you somehow. I don't know, maybe it's osmosis. I don't know how we do it, but I have gotten better because of having you as one of our bosses, or as one of our leaders, as one of our managers. I always tell Mr. Chi, it's like he has this inner eye that he could see potential that you didn't even think you had. And even when you second guess yourself, or sometimes as life has it, you tend to feel like an imposter, like, am I really the right person who's doing this? Maybe because you're not hitting it right. But then he'd always find a way to channel that inner strength from you and make you a better person. When we started, I had probably a month experience, and I look back at how over the years he's managed to hold my hand, and not just my hand. I don't know how he has time to hold everyone's hand, because that's the thing about Mr. Chi. If I talk to Tefo would say he's been so close to her. If I talk to Shim, he'd say the same thing. And I'm wondering, when does he do this, you know? And still have time for his family, and still have time to do his portfolio. And so he always made time. And I think it was, he's become such an inspiration, and I'd say a living example of what leadership is all about bringing out the best in everyone, in everything. And I laugh at how in country would say, if you have a problem in projects, the answer is always Mr. Chi. And Mr. Chi has, he's a fan of Jack Bauer. So, and there's a meme about Jack Bauer that I've sent it on the chat. So Jack Bauer for 24 would you know, like the Superman, and he'd fix all the problems of the world. And I feel like Mr. Chi was our Jack Bauer. Honestly, I'm gonna miss you. And it's not the end. I'm very jealous for the team that's gonna get you on the other side. They're pretty lucky to have someone like you. And I guess to this team, let's make Mr. Chi proud. I know he'll be reaching out to us wherever he is. And let's also be as impactful, even if it's just 2% of what Mr. Chi has done. I think that's a challenge that I want to leave with everyone. Thank you, Mr. Chi, and all the best.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Rana?
Thank you, Fatima. So, Victor, I was only as good as I am because you were alongside with me. Okay. The first time I saw PPO, I think I was same like Donald. I ran for the hills. Okay, I'm still running, but it like finally caught up to me. And I think, Victor, you know, I always look at us as being, and I mentioned this before, the yin and the yang of the OMAR EPMO. The relationships you've built and the relationships that you've managed is incomparable. Okay, our personalities have been very unique, and yet we were each other's support. But I think, you know, like I say, I was only as good as I am because you have always been next to me, the voice of reason when I just want to throw in the towel sometimes, the voice that always says, you know what, you know, let's try and do this, let's try and do that, as well as taking me along on, you know, some of the country journeys that we've been on this year. This was the first time for me to many markets. It was after COVID, so that's how we were able to do it. But I think, you know, our fun times, our fight times, our, you know, you eating all the prawns, I always pick on this, you eat all the prawns up. I'm going to miss all of that. And I'm hoping that, you know, our friendship continues regardless of which organization we are in, regardless of whatever path our lives and our journeys might take us to. You will always be there as far as I'm concerned, Vic. So thank you very much for being my partner in good, bad, and ugly, and seeing my journey. It's been 3 years now in Old Mutual, and my consistent person has been you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't see any more hands. Anybody else?
Happiness, you need to come sit next to me here. Happiness is bringing some happiness to the forum.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm back here again. I'm barely 5 months in Old Mutual, and the very first person that I saw when I joined, or one of the first people that I saw, was Victor. And you know, when I resumed, he happened to be in Nigeria at the time, and I knew I was coming to meet Victor, who, as I understood at the time, was, you know, running the whole of PMO, you know, even Nigeria as well. And I was expecting that when I walk into the room, I would see somebody that is all like this, and, you know, probably just, you know, but I walked into the room and he was so down to earth, so humble, so receptive, you know, and very chatty, very welcoming. I was so relaxed. I felt like I was already a staff, you know, even though I was just a new joiner. You know, and even the way he speaks to you, he's all smiling. He has so much positive energy. And when I went back home, I remember I told my husband, and I said, I met Mr. Victor, and I mean, I'm just surprised. He's so cool, you know, he's so receptive. And I remember he told me that, okay, he's not Nigerian, because I think that's probably one thing that is common, you know, over here with most leaders in Nigeria. You have to look a type of way, you have to, you know, come off as domineering, but he doesn't have any of those at all. He's very accessible. He holds your hands. You know, I look at him like a father, someone that you can go to and talk to literally about anything. Could be work, could be your personal life, and he's very understanding. He'll give you a listening ear rather. When you have issues with work, he comes through, you know. But I think what really endeared me more to him, the most, or what I like most about him, is his personality. The fact that, you know, he's very down to earth, like I said. And I'm of the opinion that I think life is not so serious. He's not so serious about life. He's not so hard on himself and on people. And that's one thing that I've learned from him. And the fact that he's a people person, he has the right attitude to people. Most people are not like that. We find very nasty people, you know, around us, people that are not accommodating, people that will look down on you, people that they are up there and you are down here, or he doesn't have none of those at all. And even though he's all the way over there and we are here, which is miles away, he feels like he's home with us every single time. Every time I'm in a meeting with him, he doesn't feel like I'm talking to somebody outside Nigeria. It's almost as if he's in the same room with me. You know, he's a very wonderful man. He's full of wisdom. And I just really appreciate God that I met somebody like Victor at a time like this, even though it was very short-lived. But the few things that I've learned from him, I'm going to try to take it with me. Leadership, great leadership qualities and skill that he has. I would ensure that I outlive them, you know, everywhere that I go. And just spread positive energy everywhere in the room. That's one thing he's very great at. So yes, Victor, I'm going to miss you. But I pray that God will continue to uplift you. And yes, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you brought some happiness to this team. So thank you.
Come and stay here. Can I see you?
Okay. Right. So yeah, I'm pretty new as well. It's gonna be 1 year next week. And I think just like everyone has said, one of the greatest things that has happened to me in my journey at Old Mutual is having Mr. Victor Chidongo in your corner. Like when I first came, it was kind of like all over the place. But someone who provided support, unwavering support, is Victor. I remember like one of the things that I will never forget him for is the fact that after like maybe 3 months or thereabouts, one time we were in a meeting and he just said, "Oh, Mayokun, I noticed that you don't ask questions. You need to ask questions because whatever you don't understand, we're here to help you." And I remember the ease that I felt after he had that conversation with me. And believe you me, after that time, I had questions. I started asking him all the questions that I needed to ask because I realized that he wasn't someone who would allow you to fail. He's always there to guide you to make sure that you are successful. And I appreciate him for that. And I'm not sure how I'm going to survive without him. But I mean, we will try. Like everybody has said, we know that in life you have to grow. So I'm happy that I got to meet you, Victor, and I hope that as you continue your journey, you would get to greater heights of success. I wish you all the best. And this is definitely not goodbye. This is just see you later. Thank you.
I see Michelle's hand is up.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Mr. Chi. So for me, I have a lot to say. Mr. Chi is that leader. Like he's always got your back. He's always there. I've never met him in a bad mood. So sometimes I wonder, does he have bad days? Because he's always he's always happy, he's always calm. Whatever he's going through, it doesn't show in his professional work. And anytime he's always very approachable. I can always go to Mr. Chi no matter the time of the day. I can. So the day I saw the email that Mr. Chi was leaving, I don't know. I had a bad day that whole day. I'm like, where is he going to? What am I going to do without Victor in Old Mutual? Mr. Chi is that leader, and words are not enough to show how much I appreciate Mr. Chi. But I wish him all the best. I know wherever he's going to, they are so lucky to have him. They don't even know what is coming to them. He's the best. Thank you, Mr. Chi. And I know our relationship will not end here. I'll always try and stay in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you.
I think there's another hand up.
Fatima, I'll go. I had the honor of spending 2 days in the office with Victor Murin So yeah, Victor, there's two words that come to mind. It was honor is one of the words. It was definitely an honor to work with you. And the second word is grateful. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to have worked with you and all the learnings, always being available for everything. There's some powerful words that came out of the session with regards to your character and who you are, and I think it's something we can all aspire to be. It's appreciation, genuine heart, a legend, supportive, impactful, professional, a sounding board, wise, the best example of leadership, brings out the best in everyone, fix all the problems of the world, never a bad mood, always happy, just the best. So Vic, yeah, we're going to miss you and all of the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you. Hannes? Hannes?
Mr. Tidongo.
I knew you'd say that.
I just need to bring some honesty to this conversation. I have to question your judgment of character, sir. Victor, I knew you'd get that. And reason for that, first time that I met Victor was in my very first interview last year, September, wanting to join the FTP program. And Victor and Donald was there. And Victor went first and positioned the program and immediately made me feel like I want to be part of this team. I want to be part of this team. Just in the way that he dealt with me. Victor, thank you so much right from the beginning. Always being, and everybody has said it, that human. But it's not just the soft skills, it's the hard skills that you definitely have displayed to all of us as well. And that, I think, is your success. And my absolute blessings go with you, sir, and everything that you do forward. I know that you will be a success. I know that it will go well for you. I think it's definitely a loss, like everyone. But we're not standing in your way. We are blessing you and saying thank you for everything. And from my side, honestly, thank you for making me feel so welcome right from minute one, not day one, minute one, and really, always being there and your humor and your just your character. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Hannes. Thank you. Thank you. Just make sure you keep the beard. Don't take it off.
I will.
Back to you, Fatima. I'm not sure if.
Yeah. Who's next?
Debbie? Debbie, are you still here?
Yeah, Debbie. Yeah, Debbie's there.
Yeah, I see there's two hands up also. Michelle's hand. Crystal.
Debbie?
There we go.
I figure that when let me put my camera on. Okay. So hi, Ufosia here. This Ghana. I am Mr. Chi. I'm used to calling him. I'm used to calling him Victor, though. I think because my husband is called Victor, so it's really nice to call him Victor. And I heard of you before I met you, and my boss wouldn't stop talking about how supportive you were and how, I mean, she said it right now, how you got her back and there's no one like you. And I'm like, okay. And then we meet in person and this bubbly guy comes up and hands me chocolate. I'm like, oh, hi, and hands everyone chocolate. And it was just really nice meeting you. I think I was a little confused. Everyone was in awe of you, and then here I was. I had the privilege to sit right to you, close to our agile training, and I remember asking the question, "How do you do it? Why?" And the reason you gave has stuck with me. I appreciate that. I don't tend to work with you directly as the rest of the team does, but you have been amazing. I mean, when I think of an African Father Christmas, I can think of you too. It's really, really nice to know you and to experience your impact and see how the team speaks so fondly of you. And I agree with Careful, absolutely jealous of the team that's going to get you. I hope you shine even more. I hope you are more fulfilled. I hope you continue to live life so authentically. I think that's one thing no one can take from you. Even when you're upset, we know it's not a lie. And when you're giving compliments, we know it's not a lie. You say things as they are, but you really find a way of wrapping it up nicely. I tend to call Mr. Chi, group him in the kind of people who insult you, but you still laugh at it and still get the message. So I'm really happy to have known you and to pick all these qualities and some things I'd love to emulate. I'm surely going to write them down. And yes, you will not be forgotten anytime too soon. I would reiterate the words I said. I don't know how Old Mutual will be without you. You're part of the furniture, right? So yeah, now you're going. So we wish you all the very best, Mr. Chi. All the very best. And yes, we can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you for sure.
Is there anybody else? You can put notes into the chat as well. I see Deborah's going on. Hi, Deborah.
Hi there. I would just like to say, Victor, thank you so much for onboarding us and our first experience in Old Mutual. It's been a great one. Thank you for the person that you are and the experience that we've had. Your guidance and your mentorship will be well remembered and taken forward, as everybody has shared here as well. Your legacy will live on. And yes, as we say, there's sometimes people we meet that will makes an impression on you forever. So we wish you well, and you will not be forgotten. And keep doing what you're doing, and be that light in the world. Bless you.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Thank you.
I would love to say something.
Rebecca's here. You can't see you because of the camera, but Rebecca just arrived.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So
Go ahead.
I've had the pleasure of knowing Mr. Chi now since August, so perhaps not a very long time, but we've been traveling the world and spending quite a lot of time together on planes and dinners, and I've just been amazed, and I'm sure this has been said, but how he makes an effort to learn everybody's name, no matter who they are. He'll ask the waiter, he'll thank them. He's so conscious of looking after people. And a typical example is, do you get this tip? If not, he will make an effort to make sure that everyone that is worthy of being rewarded is. And I think that's just a testament to the rest of his character and how he does his work. You know, he celebrates the wins, he assists people where they need guidance, and he does so silently, humbly. He doesn't expect recognition and glory. He does it out of the goodness of his heart. So it's really been a pleasure. I hope that I'll learn the way that you're able to hustle and navigate in each country. He's just amazing. He's able to make things happen. And that honesty comes from learning about the culture, taking the time to learn about every single person, their family. I don't know how he remembers this. I really don't. But it's been just so impressive observing you. And I wish you all the best. We'll really miss you on these trips.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Becca. Thank you.
Is there anybody else who'd like to say a few words?
I suppose I'm the only one left, right? I'll go ahead. I've only known Mr. Chi for a short while, maybe 2 months. I remember when I did a brief sort of introduction interview with him, and he seemed a little bit serious, but I asked Phil, how do you think it went with Victor? I said, I got him to laugh a little bit. So he said, if Mr. Chi smiles at you, then you gold. But as I got to know him, I realized he's always smiling. You know, I think he's the one who's gold. And even in this short time, I can echo what Rebecca said. He's just very much a very engaging, kind of a bundle of joy, really. He's always making an effort to connect with people. And even this morning, he was saying to the lady at the desk, what do you say? Keep doing it. What did you say? I told you so. Because he said she's got a beautiful smile. So we must keep smiling. So that's how we walked into the building this morning. Yeah. So
I didn't think you'd say that.
Yeah, so I've just enjoyed feeding off his energy and seeing how to a bit of a guiding light for me of how to operate where you go into different offices and meet different people from different cultures and their different needs. And so I hope I will remember, and it's rubbed off on me, just the attitude to have as you travel around and keep meeting people. So thank you, Mr. Chi. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Sean? Fatima, you're muted.
You're on mute.
Sorry, guys. Oh, there we go. Sean, over to you.
Hello, Victor. So for me, the past year and a bit, it's a pity we don't get to see each other as much as I would like. But my kind of experience with Victor was the interview that we had a little bit over a year ago, and then B, a grueling series of interviews. And that's one thing that Victor does quite well. And I actually think that's so as somebody that's come from elsewhere in the group, there was a bit of a like a decision to make, and coming to OMAR was there was definitely a question mark of am I doing the right thing going into the interview. But the way, Victor, the way you approached me, and I'm going to echo a lot of things that people already said, but you have this way of communicating something just so simply, but so comprehensively as well, and that's quite a rare skill. The other thing that struck me about you was you're very senior, you're very accomplished, but there's this real respect for people in their roles. And it's not just with me. Obviously, I very, very much experienced that there was this sense of, you know what you're doing, you're the senior in the room, but you trust your people. And that, again, is quite a rare and important skill for a leader. So for me personally, I think it's been awesome to be led by you. You've been definitely a role model for me. That experience with the interviews. You've also taught me a lesson in diplomacy. I fancied myself relatively diplomatic, but you, sir, you take the cake. Because you really can be diplomatic. We had a couple of interesting interviews, which you handled just with so much grace. So thank you for being that example for me.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
I don't know if there's anybody else, but I'd like to give Victor an opportunity, and we only got 5 minutes left. So is there anybody for last message? Okay, you can put some of the messages in the chat as well. So I've seen a few come through. Over to you, Victor.
A difficult moment because my eyes are a bit teary at the moment. I'm not hiding behind the screen at my house by myself. I'm just sitting here and I can feel that my eyes are teary, and it doesn't happen to me easily. So I've been moved by what you guys, all of you, spoke of. Sometimes you'll be you, and people will be noticing something else and learning from it. And I don't think I have tried to make an effort in doing what you guys were saying I did. I've just been being me in whatever I was trying to do and whatever I've done. It has been quite a long journey. So I think I want to thank you, everyone around the table, and those ones who didn't manage to speak. I want to thank you also. I don't think this journey would have been easy if you were there. The fact that you were there and part of the journey, I think that made it easier. And I mean, it's good. You can be a very good speaker, but if there's no listener, then it doesn't help at all to be a good speaker. You need somebody to listen for you to be a good speaker. So I think that's something that I'll always remember and cherish everywhere I go. That I need to have the people with me to be able to listen to what I'm saying. So at least we are together. And I think some of the things that you were saying that I was doing subconsciously, I think I'll take them to heart and maybe do more of it. So at least I can be able to get a glorified resume with the people that I'll be working with in my next chapter. So, colleagues, we can never say goodbye. We can only say until. But I think I've enjoyed working with all of you in every country, in every mod, I've got memories that I've created with all of you around the table that I'll always look at and perhaps remind us of the good times that we've shared and the meals that we have eaten together, the meetings that we've been together, the fighting that we've done together, and the disagreement that we've done. There's a whole lot that we have gone through. But I think one thing that I would take with me as I go is you can never do it alone. This job, you need people to support, you need people to work with, and you can't do it alone. So I'll always remember that. I know there are some outstanding individuals that that perhaps I've worked closely with for a very long time. And I'm glad that today we resolved one of the contentions between Malawi and Kenya, because it has been there for the past couple of years in terms of which one is best. But I didn't say it, Kumbo said it, so it's fine. I can go in peace now, knowing that Kumbo made the decree. But I think what it all means, colleagues, is I think I remember that time I was in Kenya and I said to Kenya, you guys, I want you to be the best PMO of this year. And then the following month I was going to Malawi and I said, guys, I want you to be the best PMO of this year. I was sharing the same message to the different countries. It just means as I looked at the portfolios, to me, they were the same. But I wanted to have that competitive spirit within the people, which they exhibited. So thank you so much, guys. We'll miss you and we'll keep talking. And in all the countries that I've been to, I've learned a lot. The languages, the food, everything, I've learned a lot. The dressing as well. As you can see, I'm going to Ghana, so I'm dressed in my kaftan. It's called kaftan. so I've made sure that I gel in. Sometimes I put my Maasai thing, I put my Nigerian gab. I try and do that. And thank you so much, colleagues. Fatima, I know that all these things that the people have been saying will make you wonder, who was this person? Because I haven't worked with him for long. Don't you worry. They will give you the same support that they gave me during my 6 years within the organization. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated.
Thank you. I just want to say last words, Victor. Listening to all these words, quite simply, you are a beautiful person inside and out. So all the best on your journey ahead, and we'll be watching from afar. Take it forward. Thank you. And thank you from Old Mutual. Bye, guys.
Cheers, Vic.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you, Rita. Bye.
See you later, Mr. Chi.
Are we having a picture?
Bye. I was thinking, why don't we take a photo of the three of us and send it on our WhatsApp group to Ghana? Take it on our way.
On our way out.
Yeah.